thumbnail and thought that I had some kind of tool that uh, measure your keto success, right? No, I don't. And nobody does. Honestly, the best tools for success are what you already have. A lot of people don't realize that. The best tools for success are very, very simple to use. And what do those tools cost? How do you use them? Well, the number one tool is your old clothes. Don't throw away all your old clothes as you lose weight. I don't know how many times I've went a month, 2 months, and been discouraged and said, oh, to hell with it, I'm just going to go back to eating like I was. And then go get that old pair of pants that I had, or that old shirt that I had, and put it on, and it looks like two people can fit in it. Go get those old 50-inch waist, 54-inch waist pants and put them on, and looks like I can have a party in my pants. I put my hands down in there and I can pull them away from my body. The number one tool to gauge your success is not a meter, it's not a tape, it's not anything. Look at the old clothes. Look at where you've come from and where you're at. Hopefully you see some kind of change. If not, reach out to me and I can help you make that change. Second thing is, get some string. String, I'm telling you, the string method. I've seen years ago from an older lady that she was posting it on her keto group. She had asked me for help to straighten some things out in her group and help a little bit of the ladies understand more about certain types of nutrition, what things can cause more estrogen release and things like that nature. Well, I had run across one of her posts. She went and got a ball of yarn from the thrift store, from Walmart, from wherever, and she taped her arm, and she taped it to the wall, and on the wall it said left arm, and she taped it right underneath there, and she put a little small date so she could see when it was taken. She put it around her arm, and she cut it when the end met the part she wanted to cut, where they met back up. Taped it, left arm, right arm, left calf, right calf, chest, nipple section, whatever, however you want to, belly button, 2 inches or 2 inches from waist, or top of butt crease or something, and then put a date. And she would do this every single week, and she could see herself slowly decrease, because the next week she would take the left arm and put it right next to the left arm and redate it, and guess what? She could see a small decrease, and you can see her pattern of staggering and how she went from a large string to a smaller string as she went. And it was amazing to see. There were some in between that didn't change. Maybe her arms didn't change, but her leg did change. Maybe her leg and her arms didn't change, but her chest and her calves changed. And she could exactly measure the amount of inches that she was losing based on her string method. You don't need a tool, you don't need a meter, you don't need any kind of fancy gadget. All you need is a little smarts, a good set of hands, maybe a set of eyes to watch and make sure you're putting the string right back in the same spot. Maybe make some notes. Okay, I measured it across the top of my chest, just before the middle of my breast, and I was an inch underneath my shoulder blade in the back, to make sure you had it in the same exact spot if you wanted to. Get a notebook, jot some notes down, make sure you're using a string and your old clothes. You don't need a scale, you don't need any of that stuff. And know what you initially weigh, it's important. But after that, just like Ketogenic Kim says, if you all haven't checked her out, go check her out, Ketogenic Kim. Throw that scale out. You don't need it no more. Get your initial weigh in, keep up with your string, keep up with looking at the difference in your old clothes. Actually, you can gauge your difference off that as well. If you really wanted to, you can put a pair of baggy pants on, right? And take the center portion where the button is and pull it away from your body and get all the slack out of it. You can't mess with that, because you have no way to cheat. Pull all the slack out of it. Don't pull into your skin, but just pull the slack out of it, and measure that distance from the front of you to the gap where your finger's at. The next week, put those pants back on. Pull the slack out of your pants. Measure that distance from the gap of your body to where the back of your thumb would be, from holding those pants away from your body. Same thing with your shirt. If you got a shirt on and you had like what ladies call the bat wings, and you're trying to see how much it's decreasing, put that baggy shirt back on, grab your finger, and just barely pull the slack out of it, and get a measurement of the gap that's in between where it used to be and where it is now. And just keep maybe a log of measurements. The scale, not an accurate measure. I could weigh all the time and be up 2 pounds one day and down 2 pounds the next day, but the day I was up, I actually had decrease in fat or adipose tissue on my body, and my measurements less, but my weight went up. So that's why the scale is very inaccurate. I hope you all have a great morning. Those are my number 1 and number 2 tips for the day. I hope they can be useful to you and you can share them with somebody else. Thank you. God bless and have a great day. Happy Friday. Keto on.